To die. Your face. What up? It's Marina Cole XO. So we back with another video. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment at the end of this video. And thanks for watching. If you want to listen to us talk about relationship problems, we do have another video that we've done at the beginning of this year 2017, and so this is, I guess you can say, our part dos. And so yeah, if you want to hear us talk about it some more and learn some more relationship problems and see if you're not the only one going through it, make sure you stay tuned. So let's get into the video. One of them is that your partner is continuously argumentative. How do you say that? Argumentative. Yeah. Argumentative, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so you are always making these assumptions. Let me say that. But yeah, you're always making like assumptions, and you create the argument with your partner. Yeah. And those are some big problems up in relationships. So what do you got to say about that?
I think that that's actually something that I'm working on. Instead of, like you said, assuming, you're just quick to like start an argument over the smallest things, and it's really unnecessary. It really is. And it might be based off like you having a bad day, or you just like having trust issues, or you just like nitpicking and nagging. And I feel like that's a big thing that as females do that we have to work on. Like, it's not always the guy's fault. Right. So,
but there's a lot of guys out here that also want to like really start an argument. Yeah, like my ex was like that.
Yeah,
always an argument.
They like to make you mad though.
Yes, and that starts an argument. Yeah, so we're not the ones literally starting it.
Yeah,
not all the time, but there are guys out here that want to start arguments too, and you just always want to argue because, I mean, sometimes people feel like it's too good to be true. Yeah, when you're sitting there just like, oh, everything's all peaches and cream, and it's not. Right, and then you start an argument, and then there it goes. All hell breaks loose.
Yeah, and it like, so you're right. It just takes like for both roles to be like, hey, like, let's just let this go and let's not make this a big deal. Right. Like, if it really means something to you and you like don't, but and you know what I think makes guys start argument, they want to brush everything off, and you're like, I want to talk about this, right. Or you might be the opposite and be like, I don't want to talk about it right now, and they're like, I want to talk about it. But either way, it's just a communication problem, because it's like,
and it's always a communication problem.
Yeah, that's the root of it.
Relationship problem in the world. Yeah, is communication. Even with friendships, like relationships with people at work, all of that, like, it all comes into communication. If you don't know how to communicate well, it's
downhill.
It goes kind of bad, but that's kind of hard to even try to fix, you know, because you're just like, oh, we need to talk more.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think like knowing that arguments is going to be part of a relationship too is a big part of like people understanding like, yeah, we're gonna argue, instead
of like
really
hard to accept at first,
because you come from like a honeymoon stage of like, we rarely argue, then all of a sudden it's like argue more often, and you're like, what is this?
Yeah, like when you first get into that relationship, it is puppy love, all of that. Like, you just like, oh my gosh, this person is perfect. He's never going to cheat on me. Yeah, he's never gonna lie to me. He's never gonna do anything.
Me mad. Yeah,
and no. That's like, you gotta be aware that arguments are gonna happen, but it's how you come over those arguments, that makes the relationship last. Right. And if you can't come over those arguments, or if you're having arguments literally every day, depending on how bad that argument is, like if you're having it every day, like that's not a good relationship, and probably not healthy, and it could be really toxic.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that when you argue and you don't discuss it, like, and you just like whatever, then that just keeps it for the next argument, and then it just builds up and builds up, because it's like we never discussed it. So like that's my biggest thing like in a relationship is like, even though you might not be ready, but like if we talk about it, things just feel so much better, you know. But when you just like, it's whatever, I'm moving on and I'm not moving on, or
that argument is going to keep going
for the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. So another problem is chronic infidelity. I think that first of all, infidelity shouldn't be chronic. Okay,
At
people
all.
think that guys like that. There's people out there that believe like every guy is gonna cheat at one point in the relationship.
I believe that.
Really? I think that it's possible to not cheat. Just
I mean,
depending.
it's possible.
But
I don't feel like
or
the
one
world we
person.
live in, you know,
Uh-huh.
like, and then because of how old I am and still
experiences.
being single and everything, so
Uh-huh.
I'm really like, nah, there's nobody out here that's either not gonna have a child
Yeah.
or not gonna cheat.
Yeah.
You know, like, or even if they have a child, they can cheat, you know?
Yeah,
So,
they don't care. No.
Yeah, like, I
Yeah.
don't know how to feel about that because I mean, chronic infidelity, of course, that sounds terrible, but that's really how it is. Like,
Yeah.
there's guys out here really, like, cheating after then getting forgiven by their girl.
Yeah,
And,
and
then
then
still cheating.
doing
And
the same
then
thing.
same thing for women, too, because women will be sneaky about it.
Yeah.
And will still be like,
We
yeah,
could be
I'm still
worse.
going to be cheating.
Yeah.
I don't care. And I got a baby by him and
Right.
everything. And, oh, yeah, I tell him I love him. Yeah, there's some women out there.
Yeah.
And it's sad, too.
So like even like that reminds me of Insecure. Like I feel like, you know, she didn't have the right, you know, to cheat on him, but like it was like kind of understandable because like he been sitting on his butt not doing nothing for this long, and
Right.
like that it just sucks though because he had just started trying to get better. Like that's a weird relation, like, you know, connector. But
Right.
anyway, I just feel
But
like
that's how it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's either somebody's trying to get better and then you do something to mess it all up.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
yeah.
or they do something to mess it all up.
Right.
Look, I was really just trying to get better and I'm
Then you
trying
had
to
to
work
go
on,
cheat.
especially in him. Yeah, like Lawrence was really like, oh, I'm going to get this job. I got my app coming out. Like,
Right.
it's about to work. And
she was like,
come to find out,
like her
boom.
mind was not there at all. She was not
Yeah.
thinking.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, as a woman, though, like, I don't know. I feel like it's harder to cheat as a woman.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's us, but I think it's harder
Because we have more
like,
emotional connection and they have more
Yeah,
physical.
like-
but no,
But if you're not being satisfied in
Yeah.
any type of way either, but then
you should
I'm
just
like,
move on. Then that's how I feel. Like, why
Right.
cheat when you could just move on? Like,
But then the fear of being alone.
yeah,
You know, like
That's true.
if you're really like, sorry, I felt like something flew.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, if you're really just kind of like, if you're really like, okay, he's not doing anything, like you're doing everything in the relationship, you feel like you're the breadwinner, he's not making no money, that's like a big thing
Yeah,
for me,
it's
especially like if you're not providing for me as a man should, in my way, in my head, you know, like of course I would rather him be the breadwinner, but at the same time I'm like, I need to make my money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about me.
Right.
When it comes to that, too. But if he not making it enough, or
Yeah.
can't provide, can't take me out on dates, can't do whatever he want to do, or he not doing nothing for himself,
yeah.
yeah.
Then-
I don't know if I
But
would
then
cheat,
would you
though.
cheat? That's what I'm saying. I would just be like, look, you got this amount of time.
But then you don't want to lose
get
him because you
together.
love him so much.
Yeah, it's the love that keeps you. It's the love and the time.
Yeah.
Because when you've been with somebody for such a long period of time, you don't want to just let all that go. Like, it's
Right.
been like 3 or 4 years, like 5 years. You think that's easy to just be like, deuces.
Yeah, no.
Versus like, oh, well, I'm going to stay with him. He'll eventually get better. Let me just have my little fling on the side. Not me,
Right,
but
right.
what they think, you know?
Right.
So,
Maybe that is what they think, but I don't know, because it's like, I don't know, we think it's so extreme, but it's probably not as hard as we think it is.
Yeah.
Because if we're in that situation, who knows how we would really feel if he's like, I don't know, because he was really depressed at that time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
So
he was
it
going
was
through
just like a lot was going on. And it's whether or not you really love this person and whether or not you can really fight for that relationship.
right. And that just, like, it
What-
just...
and females get tired of fighting for a relationship.
Yeah, like once we're done, we're done. Like once we're done mentally, like that's it. Like
Yeah, even though we say we done all the time.
We always say we're done, but like when we're done mentally, like, and it's not just a we say it thing. Like there's no coming back. You know,
Right,
like
right.
you
Once
better.
you literally say like, look, peace out.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm literally dipping on you. Like, I'm gone.
Right.
They be like, whoa,
Right, they're
what
so
you
surprised.
doing? Where you
Exactly, and that's the
going?
problem. They like get comfortable, so they don't think that you're gonna leave, or they like,
Yeah.
I could just keep doing the same thing and she gonna be straight. No,
I will walk up out of here.
Right,
I will
exactly.
run.
You
What
can't let
mean?
them get comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's why I feel like in relationships you have to like switch things up, because when you get used to the same thing, whether that's dates, whether that's like conversations,
Mm-hmm.
then people get bored. And that's another reason I think like infidelity comes from financial problems, getting bored, not not being satisfied in all types of ways.
Yeah, the guy or the female.
Yeah, so it's sad, but I don't think it's necessary to cheat, and that's where communication comes back in. Like you said, it's the root of everything.
It's like, how are you really feeling? So I won't go out there and cheat, or so the guy won't. I don't know. Like that's really something that you really kind of need to talk to your significant other about, because you're like, of course you're in that relationship. You're like, are you ever gonna cheat on me, or don't ever do that, but of course,
but realistically they can't be like, I promise I
would never do it.
Yeah, you just gotta trust and hope.
Yeah, and then if there's any problems, like, you just be like, I hope you would be able to come over to tell me that this is what's going on, and this is, you're thinking about cheating. Like, even though I'm gonna probably still be upset, no matter what, a woman is gonna be upset or offended or hurt, whatever the case may be. Like, it's gonna happen. But
you think a man would really do that though?
No.
I wish.
Maybe in a marriage.
In a marriage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about cheating on you, bro. That would be so crazy.
Yeah, but I'd rather hear that than
you
actually do it.
Yeah.
Be like, what can I do to fix it?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would make life so much easier instead of you just cheating.
But the world we live in,
it's not how it's gonna go. But that would be really helpful.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, you can develop that relationship, because there's all types of different relationships out here, and everybody tries to have this one relationship, so just because you're not the other person or the other couple, so you can't, like, just because they may do it doesn't mean that you can. That's how y'all can do it, right? Like, the way they communicate is the different way that you're gonna be able to communicate, or if you can't communicate at all, because what if that's not really your person that you need to be with for the rest of your life or whatever.
That's true. We might get confused and be like, we all want to be forever with that one person, and God be like, no.